Welcome in everyone to the Challenge Aftershow tonight. Pamela and I are talking about the Challenge season 41, episode 1 of Vets and New Threats, and it's called Welcome to the Challenge. Wow. I guess it's all for the new threats, aka the uh the fresh meat. Let's be honest. This is
The
fresh
new
meat
stuff.
season 3. It's fresh
Yeah.
meat season 3. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
The only difference is, and we've been wanting this for a while, the whole fresh meat thing, Pamela. This is as close as we're ever going to get to it because they're never just going to get someone off the street that's never done reality or doesn't already have a million followers on their platform. So this is the closest we're going to get it. So you know what? I'm okay with that. At least we have 16 new faces. Yes, they've all been on another show before. I'd prefer if it was just someone random, but obviously has that, reality TV energy. We don't want just someone that's not
Right.
going to, we don't want a Josh or a Casey. I was saying
No.
the other thing I said was, you know what this season has going for it? No Josh and no Casey. Hey, all right.
I mean, honestly, that makes me like I'm 20% there just with that.
Right,
It
exactly.
like even just starting, it's like, okay, I'm listening. Yeah. Oh, also, I have to say,
Hmm.
to our friends and our commenters and everybody, so I tried to watch, so there were two shows that Josh has been on. Do you know that?
Oh
And
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
tried to
Well, there's
watch
another. I
them.
saw him on another thing or something with this actor guy that's the host. But anyways, go on.
Harry Dean Morgan. Now, Harry
Hmm.
Stanton, Dane Morgan, Harry Dean Stanton is one person, and then Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who I know from Grey's Anatomy, but people know from The Walking Dead. Like my husband's like, oh,
Hmm.
that's someone from The Walking Dead. But I will always think of him as Denny Duquette, who got the new LVAC. Anyway, um, Josh was the first person eliminated. It was hilarious.
Oh, great.
I was like, spoiler, sorry, spoiler alert for anyone. I
I'm
was like,
never gonna watch it. What's the name of the show? What's the name?
like X marks the spot. It
Nice,
literally
nice.
rolled on to like Peacock after something I was watching, and I was like, oh, fucking Josh. So then I watched, and Josh went home, and I was just laughing my ass off.
Nice. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So like I said, let's do this. Let's get your overall thoughts. I'm gonna say there's a lot of things I liked, a lot of things I didn't like, kind of a mixed bag for me. Um, and we're gonna break that all down for everybody, obviously, right now. But let's get your overall thoughts, and I'll give a couple of my feelings towards this whole thing.
All right, my overall once again was I loved it.
Okay.
I'm giving it a big old five thumbs up, five fingers up. I
Nice. Okay. Wow.
really
That's Pamela. That's
I
huge then.
I
Okay.
loved it. I was really into it. It was one of those things where I was yelling at the screen and I cared what happened and
Mm,
I wanted certain things to happen and I didn't want other things to happen. And I agree that in this day and age, it'd be nice, even I think on a show like this, to have complete unknowns or pretty moderate unknowns. But I think this is the best we're gonna get, and
yeah.
I'll take it. At least they're kind of unknown to me. Uh,
Bro, I was gonna say they're unknown to
yeah.
me as well, for sure. Except for Izzy. That's the only one I really knew from another show.
What was she on? Because I don't know her
Well,
at
she
all.
was on Too Hot to Handle, which I didn't watch, but then she after that she did something called Perfect Match, which my wife and I are obsessed with that show. We love that show on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix.
Netflix. Perfect match. That's funny. So of
They
all the
just they go
every
into a house, they have to find their perfect match every day basically in order to stay in the house, and there's always like an odd person out that gets eliminated because they can't find it's really silly actually.
does everyone go, you're not perfect. You're not perfect. And
As I recall, they all just go back to their rooms, and then there's like one person just sitting out in the lobby area, like, "Oh, I guess I can't go to my room with anybody tonight." And then some of them, even the ones that are like leftovers, they're like, "Well, we're not really perfect matches, but we want to stay in the game longer, so I guess
right.
we'll go in." And Bob over here, he'll be the odd man out, and he's screwed or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my overall thoughts.
Yeah.
Some of the rules. Not sure I'm gonna like some of the rules. The biggest one was the reveal at the end where TJ's already saying, "I think it's time we got y'all some new partners." And then my thought was, okay, I don't know how often they're gonna be doing this, but if they are getting new partners at the end of every episode, I was really hoping to root for certain teams. I just wanted to root for certain teams, get attached to certain teams, and want to. Now it's going to be like, okay, now I'm just going to be rooting for individual players. But every week they might get partnered with someone I don't like, and then I'm like, okay, but that week I have to root for them even though they're with someone I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. That whole thing threw me off. A couple other little things. Overall, though. again, is the point system that TJ made, 8 points for first place, 7 points for what's that?
Do you think that's going to be an all the time, or that was just for this
I think they have a
particular?
board in the house, Pamela, with all their
Uh,
names on it and they're scored next to their names. So it's going to be a weekly thing. The top 8 teams are going to get some points, and the rest of the teams aren't going to get anything. But then again, also people are going to get eliminated every week. However, here's the thing too. We got 32 contestants. I thought a team was going to get eliminated every week, which makes sense to me if you're with a partner. No, it's an individual person, as we saw, at least for week number one. This season could be 6 months long. We were in for a 6 month long season. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm kind of here for it, but also I think and hope that the partner change is not a everybody mix up, because that's just
That's what I was hoping too, Pam. I don't know because when are they going to show us that every week we have to sit there and watch them all pick new partners, or is it going to just be a fast forward thing? Oh, hey, look, Derek C's with her now. It's like okay, we're also trying to keep track of everybody. I'm pretty sure three of the new rookie UK guys all look the same to me. I can't tell them apart. Will, there's
not
a guy named
either.
Jake,
Will, Jake,
and
and
someone else. I'm like, I don't know who's who
another
yet.
one that's a little nerdier than those two, but the same look.
There's a guy named Ben. I learned last night he was a sports
Yes,
broadcaster. I'm
the
like,
sports.
I'm like, for who? I gotta learn for who now.
Now, there was a guy on the circle, and I don't think it's that guy, Ben, but he was like out of, Grand Rapids, Michigan radio sports. Like,
Okay, so something really rare.
it
Sure.
could very well be that guy. I would be none the wiser, but
Cheyenne, Wyoming's
exactly.
K101, the
And again,
Fox. Yeah.
no shade. I think it'd be so fun to be like
Oh,
a
dude.
local,
Yeah.
yeah. Not sports, of course, for me, but like some sort of
I
local,
would
like
love,
I
I would
am in
love,
Palm
see the thing
Springs.
about sports though, Pamela, if you want to do local sports on the radio, and I listen to a ton of local sports from Massachusetts because that's where I'm from and those are the teams I like. Um, you have to know like everything there is to know about every single sport in that town. If you don't know one thing, they're on you. Just like if we mess up one, oh, actually, the challenge was 1998, not 1999. It's like, okay, it's at the end of the world. So you have to be up on air. So like, I'm really good with basketball and football. But hockey, I'm like, I know the rules, but I don't know the
Yes.
players, and I'd have to, it'd be a whole thing.
I I get it that it's that especially masshole that Massachusetts people and their sports. I went to
Yeah.
college in Boston. They are serious. I get it. I feel like sports, the same could be said for this, but with uh the challenge, it's like it's season 41, guys. There's a lot to take in here. Like, and I'm my I I think where I'm impressed when the things that come to my mind do come to my mind.
I
Is that
agree. I agree with it. Like to think of some of the things that we're thinking of that we can remember. It's like, hey, sorry, look, I'm not gonna go back to challenge one, which was like called Road Rules. I think it was just called Road Rules, the challenge or something like that, and rewatch that. I don't have time. I don't
no?
have time. I don't have
And
time. I'm
sometimes
so
I
sorry.
do. Also, just to let everybody know, Jenna is, we haven't talked about Jenna yet. Jenna's just super crazy busy and hopefully will jump in with us when she can, but
Right.
is just, she's in the East
Exactly. And
Coast
we
and
said we
New
said
York.
Jenna, no worries at all. We get it. She's got a kid. She's holding down 2 jobs right now, and her commute is crazy. Where
And
she
she's
is
in
in
the East.
Jersey.
We're both exactly. She's 3 hours ahead of us. So when we do this at our end of day, it's really end
Yeah.
of day for her.
But Jenna's gonna try to start joining us. So don't everyone, we got as Ross and Friends would say, that's what he would do when he wanted everyone to quiet down. Yeah, so we'll get Jen on. And anyways, moving on to the actual show here. Here's the thing too, Pamela. I had to point this out. The show starts off with them standing in front of TJ for the first challenge, right? Was there anything? There was nothing. Oh, okay, wait, wow. Imagine if you did not watch the episode last week and all of a sudden you have all 32 players in front of TJ. It's just starting. They don't show anyone enter the house. All that was that pre-show. Stop calling this episode one of the challenge. Why can't episode one have just been the week before?
Yeah.
I know there was no elimination. I know there was no daily challenge, but you know what? It's okay to have a real world vibe for a couple episodes of the show. In fact, I think it would be kind of cool if every other week, maybe it was like a real world vibe one week where they just did an hour episode, aka 45 minutes after commercials. Then they would challenge the next week. If you're going to make this thing 6 months long on us, I don't mind it going back and forth. You don't have to give me a challenge every single damn week. But obviously it's called the challenge for a reason, so they're going to do that.
I
But
mean, yeah, they
they
have to
start
do this
off
for show structure, but I am with
right.
you. And I'll say I didn't notice it, but my first note is Madball Madness.
Yeah,
So, yeah, like there
it
was
was right. We
no
were just in the thick of it.
setup. Yeah.
Mad Ball Madness. I mean, 320 balls. Red balls are worth one, gray are five, and then the golden are 10. Two different drops they're going to be doing. I think 320 balls total. And the kick is, oh, they've got to be tied together. They're harnessed together.
Yeah.
Um, Again, this whole challenge was really a kind of a half-ass way of introducing everybody again. So if you didn't watch that first episode, they were trying to introduce people throughout this challenge. And all I wrote down was I have no idea throughout this whole thing who was really in first place, second. They don't give you any clue. Between drops, they gave you a leaderboard. Again, by the way, Dan's conspiracy corner is back. I've got two coming up at the end of this daily challenge talk.
All right.
Um, and then I've got some crazy stuff for the arena too. It's not a conspiracy, but it's like I can't believe they kept this footage in.
Okay.
And I think maybe I'm the only one that noticed it, Pam, because that
Oh,
happens a lot.
yeah.
I do these weird things where I'm like, no one's gonna notice this but me, and then like one other person did, but that's it. So this is gonna it'll be so stay tuned for that. There's your teaser to watch our
Oh.
arena talk.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm excited because I don't think I caught what you're talking
it's
about.
not even like it's a talking head. It's a confessional moment, and I
Okay.
was like, well, I can't believe they kept that in.
Okay. Oh,
It's
I'm
really interesting, I
excited.
think.
I'm excited to get to that.
Wait, so what did you think of the Daily Challenge? I thought a classic first episode Daily Challenge where it's nothing like it's nothing that we've seen it before, obviously, but
Yes.
it's classic enough to be somewhat entertaining.
Yes.
Again, I thought it was a little too much like, oh, let's talk about some more rookies. Let's talk about them. Like, no, just show me who's winning. I have no idea who's winning this thing. Yeah.
I didn't feel that way. I
Oh,
disagree. I
good.
mean, I didn't not feel, I don't like have strong disagreement or anything, but it didn't feel that way. And if you guys haven't watched the thing, I watched it on YouTube. It was free. The whole episode was there, just right on YouTube. So if
That's
you,
what some people in the comment section are
yeah,
saying it's going to be on
not
YouTube.
YouTube TV, like not, I'm not a subscriber to
Again, it
YouTube.
was on. Oh, I thought it was going to be YouTube,
No, no,
YouTube
no.
TV.
This was not on YouTube. Sorry, the episode
Oh, we were
zero.
talking about episode
If
zero.
you
Yeah,
haven't seen it and you want to, I thought it was worth it. I really
you should
enjoyed it.
go watch it.
If you, right, or if you want to, it's there. It is a good intro to the what are they? The new meats, the new freshies, the fresh, the fresh new,
The new threats, the new fresh threats. Yeah,
fresh threats. Oh, I like, but I thought the challenge again. I'm sad that you don't have Jenna here to talk about like the rules and the strategy because I was like, I don't know what's going on at all. My
Pamela.
note was like,
It
wait,
was
blue balls or
collect balls
gold
as
balls are good. Gold balls are the best.
yeah. Well, but they didn't. But if anyone noticed, they didn't really drop any gold balls till round two. So in round one, all you got was the 1 point reds and the 5 point grays, and then that was that. And I mean, it's not. I guess it's I have two conspiracies here. One I think is more valid than the other.
Okay.
Okay. So midway through, they show the leaderboard and they show it's Bananas and D is in there. This is not in order. Aviv and Jeremy and Theo and Izzy and someone else. But those are like your top three that were kind of there, right?
Yes.
And basically, I'm like, okay, so if the 10 point ones are falling next round, as long as one of these teams gets a couple 10 pointers, they got a really good chance to win. Second drop happens, they show Aviv and Yermi they can't get a gold ball. They show that
Right.
footage.
They say,
They
oh, they're
also
all been picked up already.
right. They also show the footage of D and Bananas getting two gold balls. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, they have a chance to win. They don't show any footage of what Theo and Izzy did. Okay, here's my conspiracy. They don't show that footage because my theory is, well, maybe Theo and Izzy got 10 pointers too. And everyone knew going in, all these producers know people are going to be gunning for Bananas. So, like, well, Bananas is close enough. Let's just say he did lose to Theo and Izzy by a couple points. Let's give it to him anyways. Make sure he's on top for the first week. The last thing we want is to lose Bananas in the first week. Now, I'm not saying Bananas didn't win because they definitely were doing well. It looked like they were doing great. Him and D as a partner. I'm just saying there's a conspiracy for you. My other one, which I actually think is more valid, is we all thought CT looked out of shape going in, right?
Yes.
And we were not wrong. Not only is he out of shape, he is completely a shell of his former self. Because
Right.
even the CT that's usually out of shape will still push himself no matter what because he does it.
Yes.
He can't do it, Pamela. He doesn't have anything left in the tank. He's gassed. He's done.
Dan, that's what I was trying to tell you last after the zero, where I was like, this is
I understand.
unreal. It's
Pamela,
upsetting. It's
yeah.
not just that he's out of shape. I don't care if he's out of shape if he's CT. CT's never come in CT came in with Anissa and
And
Naya in
not,
jeans. That was where
Nia in
CT came in.
Nia in jeans. Hashtag Nia in jeans. Right.
Hashtag Naya and jeans. Like CT, this was like embarrassing. Like I'm upset for him. That's why I was like, I wouldn't even want to go on if you're that. It's not, I don't care if CT's fat and out of shape and whatever, and people he's done it before, but not like this. He's never been this bad off, and it's
Now
upsetting.
we'll have to see, Pamela, if they have a couple like new daily challenges coming up that's maybe just puzzle based or maybe, more strength based where he doesn't have to do a lot of endurance is clearly going to destroy him this season. My point is though, I think that he got last place, him and Tay. I think they got last place. And here
Oh.
my conspiracy is produce like, look, we got Bananas and CT. They're the faces of the challenge now. Wes isn't here. He would be another one that I would consider a face. Car is here. She's obviously fine though, doing what she's doing. We can't lose the two. I'm talking guy wise. We can't
Mhm.
lose CT or Bananas on episode one. It's just not going to happen. So who else is close enough to the lower end? Rogan and the girl that got a cut on her foot. Now that cut on her foot, I don't think they show this. I don't think they show the cut on her foot if CT isn't as close to being bad because I'm sorry, that cut on her foot, it looked like they were giving her stitches. It didn't look that bad. Give me a freaking break. But I and also Adrian is exactly who I thought she'd be, Pamela.
Right.
Mediocre, if not awful, at the challenge. Because I'm sorry, but a little cut on your foot, you're on the challenge. And this is why I was like, she's from Married at First Sight. This girl does not know what I'm sorry, she got like one stitch in her foot. I don't
Why
care.
wasn't she
Get out there and
wearing
play.
shoes?
Hmm?
Why wasn't she wearing? I watched, and she said the clip where if I have to take off my shoes, I'll take off my shoes. Why did she take off her shoes?
Probably to get more traction in the mud. But you know what? That's on her in general. My point is though, is I still think her and Rogan did a little bit better than CT and Tay, but they were like, you know what? My conspiracy
Yeah.
is we can't have CT get last place and automatically go in. And he's got enough politicking wise, where if he got second to last, he's still not going to be voted in first week. Well, as long as he doesn't get last, we're good with CT. We need him around for another week. At least. I mean, he's one of the faces of the challenge. But those are my two conspiracies from this
Yeah.
part of the show.
You are dropping conspiracies already, left and right.
Well,
Is
just a
there?
couple. You know what? I needed to have something for the first episode, and I thought that these were fun. I'm not saying they're guaranteed, obviously, but I just think that they're fun and there's something to think about because, my God, CT looked awful. How did he get set? How did he get not get last place? I'm sorry, but he
Well,
looked
that's
ridiculous.
what I was saying. Not that he looks awful, but it's like upsetting me. I don't know what, it's
Well,
not like I
it
need to
should be
take it to
upsetting
heart.
everybody watching the challenge, not only because we're used to him being good, but the fact that he let himself come into the challenge this way. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
and here's a question for the people listening to us right now. How long in advance are they contacted for the show? Let's be honest. It's probably at least a couple months, right? If not more. So if you know you have 2 months, I'm not saying he can get shredded like he used to, but he ain't coming in looking like that if he has a couple months to train and to really like eat
Acting
healthy for
like
two,
that. And
diet a
again,
little
I'm
bit,
mad
go
at
to the
him
gym.
for the way he's behaved with partners in the past who weren't in the best shape was not very nice. So I love CT and I feel like, listen, if you're gonna give it your all, you have to demand your all. You know what I'm saying? CT usually is there to overcompensate and support a partner. So with this, it's like you are the one dragging someone down now, CT.
Mm.
It's upsetting. I don't know. Hopefully he'll be able to.
I would love if he turns it around. I'm obviously always gonna root for CT. There's no doubt in my mind here, but like, gosh, I hope he can turn it around and do something with this because yeah.
I mean, but he's a Nisa level bad. Like, no offense on him. He's not like, oh, slow for the guys or
How
slow.
crazy. Never thought I'd hear someone say that
The
sentence.
CT and Anissa are doing the same. Nisa beat him.
All right. Anissa and whoever she's partnered with. I have them all written down.
She is partnered with, oh, no, I
Jake?
don't.
No, hold on. Hold
But it
on.
is funny. This is my snide Anissa
Oh,
comment. Okay.
Leo. She's with Leo. Oh, by the way, if you want another hint to what I'm saying, the talking head during the arena is a Leo talking head. It's insane.
I
I can't believe they kept
am
it. It's not really, I don't know if it's not really his fault per se, but I can't believe they kept the talking head. I can't believe they kept his confessional for it.
okay.
Anyway,
I'm
we're gonna get
excited
to
to
it. We're
hear
gonna get
it.
to it. All right. So any other thoughts? I'm trying to think of what else I wrote down really. We find out it's gonna be a men's elimination through a coin flip because again, I thought it was just gonna be partner versus partner, and you had to work with your partner in the elimination like they've done in the past, but no. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I
Anything
like
else? Anything else
coin
for
flip.
the
I
daily?
enjoyed that, and I'm happy that it's not going to be a partner elimination. I like it better when it's this way. And just
Yeah.
back to what we think is going to happen, I would predict that it's going to be similar to one of the other 41 seasons where the winner gets to say, so now what's her name is the
Well,
leftover tag or the
Justin won, but they didn't say anything about it right yet. Maybe we're still gonna, I think when we start episode 2, they're still going to be in the arena because they got to figure out this whole partner thing that TJ just threw at him. So I
right.
don't know what is since Justin won, does he? I bet he gets first dibs on his next partner. However, could they also just pick the same partner if they wanted to?
That's what I'm saying.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
they'll be able to pick, keep your partner, or pick a new partner.
Right.
And how did they do it
And
one
then
season?
the other weird thing is the Adrian thing where she's now a hangnail, whatever the hell
Right.
that means. I'm like, what is this?
Oh my God. It's
And
like,
like if
what?
she now I'm thinking like if she doesn't get picked up, like she gets another week, but she can't even participate in the challenge next week because she won't have a partner. And then what? Someone would have to literally pick her at the end of next week's episode, or she automatically goes home. I don't know. I
I
don't know
don't
if I like these
know.
rules. I don't know if I like
I
the
don't
rules.
know either. She might be I have no idea. We're gonna see. But again, I really do hope. I was like, time to change partners.
Yeah.
I hope that is a onesie thing and it doesn't go on too
What do
long.
you think of the winner of the daily challenge, which in this case was Bananas and D? What do you think of them getting to save somebody versus getting to throw someone to an elimination? It's different than what we've seen in the past. Obviously, usually the winner gets to put in somebody, and then the jury, what they're calling it this season is the jury would get to pick the other team. Now it's the guaranteed last place team goes in. The winner does not get to pick their opponent. The jury does, but then they get to save, but then the winner saves someone. I think it's kind of fun. I like
I
that.
I do too. I like it a lot. I like the loser goes in. I
Of
don't
course. Oh, that's a
no,
guarantee. That
yeah, I
should,
like the
that's how it should
loser
be.
goes in. And I
Yes.
think the winners having that power is going to be a lot more, and they're safe, right? There's the winners
Oh,
are
yeah.
not an option and get the power of a save. That's double power of protection. So, because you can be, your number one can still be the House vote otherwise. So, I really, really like
Mhm.
that they get to save. So now, if you're number one, you can control. If you win, you can control. Oh, I don't want you to go in. And I liked the strategizing tonight that happened with the way it panned out.
Yeah. Well,
Pretty
it's
good.
funny because um right after the daily challenge, we find out that obviously Rogan and Adrian, I think,
Adrian.
they come in last. And then the first thing we see is Bananas and Derek K, chatting
Mhm.
about, hey, we should send in a British person because they have an alliance
Right.
versus the American. So now it's like an American Brit thing. But then they go right to the club, and Rogan's like, I want Ben or Justin because they're smaller than me. And maybe in old school challenge lore, that's the right decision to make. And I literally wrote it down before we found out the results of this. It's right in my notes here. I wrote, the way the challenge is now, they have just as good of a chance of getting a mental elimination as or versus a strength elimination or a head-butting brawling thing. Like there's just as good of a chance that that could happen as like a 50-50 shot. So Rogan, like I wouldn't say just say throw in anybody, but realize, man, like even if you get someone small, not, first of all, he didn't even get a. The best part about Rogan is, and I have a lot of thoughts on him.
Hmm.
It's it wasn't even a mental elimination. It was kind of a more of a headbanger type of thing, using your strength. but you had to use your brain, and it was mental. And Rogan, I'm sorry, but he's not. I know he's not smart. Like, he's just not.
He's an idiot, and he's an
There you
idiot,
go.
and
I
I
was trying
think
to be
he's an
nice about it, Pam.
asshole, so I don't really mind. First of all, he's been on 2 seasons total, right? I feel like they're like
First
Rogan,
season,
yeah.
they talked about it here, but I remembered as well. In the first season he premiered, and when they first introduced having UK players, they had him race to the top of a mountain, and TJ was sending home two last place people. Maybe it was a guy and a girl, and he was the guy to go home. Then he ended up winning World of the Worlds 2. And here's a fun fact: when they showed that flashback tonight, you know who they showed hugging Rogan in that flashback?
D.
They showed Dee, the girl that apparently they're never supposed to show on the challenge again. It was clearly her hugging Rogan when they won or when they did something great in World of Worlds 2.
Ay,
So
ay, ay.
great
I
show.
also I did look up why do I hate Rogan? Like why do I look at him and feel mad? And I
Okay.
looked up that he screwed over 2 people, and it was a real, it was not just a romantic screw over, it was a game screw over in the finale. And I was like, yeah, I thought so. So I don't like Rogan. So also with Justin, I feel like Justin was the best possible person to potentially win this elimination. Like he's a cheerleader, he's a gymnast, essentially, he's an athlete,
Right.
and he's the kind of build. Forget smaller. Smaller is a little better for this too,
Hmm.
but small and in shape, like couldn't be a better combination for
Right.
this.
Right.
Yeah, I agree that it's just foolish to think being bigger than someone at this stage of the
I,
game with the most recent challenge is an elimination. It's just plain, you know, I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a right or wrong. Like, yeah, if Rogan beat Justin, then we'd be saying, oh yeah, look, Rogan made the right choice. But like, I just don't think like, oh, I gotta find the scrawniest, weaker guys. Yeah, in the past that's worked. But the problem is now, I mean, the challenge is getting less and less. I don't want to say violent, but it kind of is. They're trying to, they don't want to get in trouble. They don't want to, the way that hall brawls used to be and stuff, they're kind of like they're dumbing them
Well,
down. They don't want people to
now
get hurt. It is what it is, you know?
most of the competitions now are timed. You're competing against yourself. You're doing the activity solo. You're not going head to head
Right.
like they used to.
And the
So now the activity is who can do it better. So
yeah.
being bigger
And
isn't
and
necessarily an
my
advantage.
other big conspiracy will also be coming up when we get to the arena as well. And this one I think is legit too, because I want to get your thoughts on this one, Pam, because I don't understand how they pick certain things for this elimination, how they decided where all this stuff was going to go. And we'll get to that in
Okay.
a second. All right, so uh, Leroy and Ashley come up with this plan to save Theo because then they assume, I don't know where they got this idea. I even wrote it down. I don't know where they got this idea that if they save Theo and whoever the hell his partner is, that they will not, oh, Izzy, that they will not get a vote in the nominations. Where do they come up with that? Oh, well, they will, if we save them, they must not get a vote. Like, why?
It made sense to me.
Did it? Okay. I just was like, well, who's guaranteeing this? Like,
I
Leroy,
mean,
who told you these rules?
Ashley sort of, I think, took the charge on that one, and Leroy, and I thought it was great. I was like, oh, what a good plan. They're like circumventing the British alliance, but still keeping, I was like, they're geniuses. I thought it was a great idea. I also thought, based on, I'm sure, previous ones, that the saved person doesn't vote unless it's a tiebreaker or something. So
Okay.
I thought that that was going to be a rule too, and I think so did pretty much everybody, which is why they went along with that. It made
Yeah.
sense. I mean, it was a wrong assumption,
Right.
but it seemed logical to me. It seemed like it worked.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so then it doesn't end up being that way. I just thought it was interesting that that's what they.
It's very interesting. That was a fun spin. I mean, I really loved that
What did
because
you think of the Derek voting for Justin after they had that one-on-one talk? What did you
I
think of that?
it looked to the viewer, to me, super awful and shady.
Right. And it
It
was
looked really shitty. I don't know if Derek's earned so much goodwill that they're allowed to like throw shade on him this season, and we're still gonna. But I was like, why would you do that? Apparently, he's really good friends with Jake. Is that who he saved?
yeah, well, because it came down to it was either going to be Jake or it was going to be Justin, right? Now,
Right.
Derek tried to explain himself. He goes, "Well, I'm voting for Justin because I want to be with the majority of the House because I want most of the people are voting that way." When Derek voted, it was like tied 6-6 basically. So I'm like, dude, the majority my ass, like it was going to be a 50-50 either way. If you really wanted to save Justin, you could have. So it wasn't about going with the majority because really it ended up being like 8-6 basically at the end. And
Well,
that's
it would have
why,
been a tie if Theo wasn't allowed to vote at that point, right?
well, if and they vote as partners, so the partners only get one vote. But like my point is, if Derek voted the other way, wouldn't it have been 7-7?
I think so. Yeah,
So
but
my
then
point
they're
is like Derek
responsible
just, but
for a
I don't care if
tie.
it's a tie. I don't know what happens with the tie. I don't even care. My point is, though, Derek either had a confessional, he said something where he was basically like, I had to go with the majority of the house. I mean, dude, it was like tied. The house was split, man. It wasn't like this big thing.
Majority of the house would actually sway me more than I feel like that was like tossed in with I had a great talk with this person, but I've been really close and ride or die with this one since yesterday. So he sort of made it seem
I mean,
like
look, they had one talk that I think the producers wanted them to have. Um,
it's
uh,
fine. Again, Derek does, I guess if I'm the test subject here, he does have enough goodwill like built up with me that I'm like, all right, I'm willing to.
And look, Derek's allowed to like to change his mind and stuff too. Like I don't honestly like don't really care, but like at the same time, his reason for putting Justin in, I was like, that's not a to me, that's not valid enough. If you just said, hey, I want to change my mind, I think that the side over here that's going to save Jake is a stronger side that I'd rather be aligned with. Boom, Derek, I can get on board with that. But to say the majority of the House, I'm like, well, it wasn't. It was really tied when you voted. Basically, it could have gone either way.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that just threw me
sure.
off.
I'm
Um,
sure we can learn more about Derek's process on various media, which I can now dive into now that the show has started. I'll
Well,
get
I
my
do
card.
love though that TJ said like, "Why are you down here, Justin?" And Justin's like, because someone, because Derek basically because someone went by my back. Whatever he says, he's like, who did that?" He's like, "Derek." And then TJ makes a joke, which one? Because there's two of
Right.
them, and he says the one with the blonde hair, which is great.
Right.
And so we get the call out, which I do. I love when someone gets called out for a decision they make. I want
Yeah.
that all the time. So that was nice. They actually did that, and they kept that footage. So that was good.
Yeah.
Anything before we get into the arena stuff? Because there's a couple things here that we need to talk about.
Okay. No,
Okay.
go ahead. I'm ready for.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay. They walk into the arena, right? The arena
Okay.
looks crazy. Even cars like who is in charge of sharpening all these sticks, basically.
Cara,
Um,
Cara had a good funny Cara.
that was and
Yeah.
Cara was pretty absent this whole damn show until her partner was like getting some votes or whatever. Um,
And I actually,
yeah,
when she yelled at Aviv for, she said like either they're friends with our partners or whatever.
yeah.
Aviv gave her explanation for why they were picking Jake, and I actually was on Team Aviv on this one. What she said made sense. It's like, but Cara, it's not you. We're not sending you in, and
Right, but in Kara's defense, we don't know. This is episode one. They don't. I know it's a men's elimination technically
right,
only, but they don't know if her partner goes home. They don't know how that would affect her. And if he did lose, she becomes some type of hangnail. And there's a lot of people that don't like Kara. She might have had to go home because of that. We're gonna find out with Adrian, whatever the hell happens with this hangnail thing. But that could have been Kara. So I give Kara some credit there because we don't know what this hangnail is gonna be. It could be something really bad.
we don't.
Who
We
wants
don't.
by the way, Pamela, when's a hangnail been a good thing, right?
Never,
Who wants a
ever,
hangnail?
never,
Right. So
never.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And you're
But
there on
so
a thread, so
so they're just so my point is all these talking heads, all these confessionals are describing what the arena looks like. And they
yes,
go, here's what you've been all waiting for. They go to a talking head of Leo. Okay? And Leo says this. He describes the arena as a death trap or a Travis Scott concert.
yes. Is that where someone got killed at a Travis Scott concert?
So, and I didn't know much about it. Happened in 2021. It's his concert. He did three. It was the third year they did it. It's called Astro World. It's in Houston, Texas, where he's from. He named it after the Six Flags that used to be there. He used to go there as a kid, but it shut down. It was called Six Flags Astro World. Whatever. My point is though, is the way they designed his stage there in 2021 was like a death trap. 10 people like died, tons of others were having to get CPR just to get resuscitated because they were so smushed in there. They were all smushed. They were basically they couldn't breathe. Is what happened, right? They just came out with a documentary on June 10th on Netflix about that tragedy.
Okay.
Okay. It just came out. And my whole thing is maybe MTV didn't know that this documentary came out, but it's just they call it a death trap or a Travis Scott concert. That concert in 2020 was a death trap, and they're using
Right.
this line. I just like
I
I
just
just
think it's offensive. Like to me, I'm like, why would they cut it? It
it's
did happen
to
though.
me in the woke culture world we are in. It's insensitive. I can't believe MTV kept it.
And
As woke as MTV is, I can't believe they kept that line in there. And you know what? I might be the only one that caught it, Pamela. But I was like, I can't because I'm not Mr. Woke. I'm not.
and
I'm just
woke is
not.
got,
I
didn't you
can't believe
hear
they
the
kept it though.
news? Woke is illegal now. It's not, no, and nobody's woke anymore. Woke is
Oh, Pamela, there's
it's the
tons
end
of
of
people that
woke.
want to still be woke.
We're back to sleep. But also, I did catch that because I was like, ooh, risky comment. But I didn't think it was something that they would edit out because it's like him making a snide.
It came out in 20
It was at his,
this concert happened in 2021.
I
And
remember
yeah,
when it
Leo,
happened.
I don't think Leo's from the state. Well, he mentioned Travis
Oh, it was
Scott.
a big deal when it happened. People died and it was a big deal. But like
Yeah.
to mention that, it's not as insensitive as saying like,
No, but I don't think
"Hey,
Leo
that
did
looks
it to
like,
be. I'm not saying Leo did it to be insensitive at all. I don't think he even
I don't
realized
think
what he
so
was saying.
either.
My point is though, I'm surprised MTV just why not just use another I'm sure they got people, I'm sure they got every single person saying what they thought of the arena, but they kept that one and just like one other comment about describing the arena. And they
Because it's
decided that was the one they
provocative.
kept. Huh?
It's provocative, Dan.
I'm just saying, I feel like maybe I'm the only one that noticed it, but at least now you
I,
all can say, holy crap, I
it
just can't
did
believe they kept it.
register for me because I was like, I just thought it was kind of a, it was, I don't feel like MTV would be have any responsibility. Again, you're saying, oh, but aren't they so sensitive,
Uh,
overdrive that if
They're
anyone
so sensitive. They are so sensitive, Pamela. They edited D out of an entire
collectively
half
sensitive,
season of a show. They also remember when Ashley got in a fight with Josh and maybe she said something a little insensitive. Didn't they cut that whole thing out too?
they're selectively sensitive. I don't think they give a shit. I don't, and I'm not different conversation. But apparently they didn't feel
All
like
right, we
that was
can move forward. I just wanted to draw that to everyone's attention because I'm just shocked they kept that line in there. Especially, and if the documentary on Netflix didn't come out, but everyone watches Netflix, so everyone's pretty aware that this, documentary just came out. It just came out June 10th too. It's
maybe
very
they like
recent.
co-produced the documentary. I'm not even kidding because I bet people are like, what is it like you? Or probably like, what did Travis Scott's concert that caused that look
Well,
like?
I watched the documentary on Netflix recently.
You did watch it.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I watched it before I watched this, so that's the only reason it caught my attention. I think if you didn't watch a Travis Scott documentary, I bet it just flew by you because it's a
No,
line. It's
it was a
nothing.
big deal when it happened. I
It was
remember
a big deal when it
it
happened. So, and
was. So,
so much so that they made a documentary about it. Yeah.
maybe.
All right, moving along. I have a huge my last conspiracy of the night. But let's get into the name of the what was the name of the I don't remember what the name of it was, but it was obviously the arena is the name of the elimination area. I didn't write down the name of the thing. However, I did notice when they announced the names of Rogan and Justin to compete, it sounded like the Mortal Kombat intro. When they say fight, they said it like a
Oh,
Mortal Kombat intro. That was interesting, I
yeah,
thought. Um,
I like that. Why do I have Dominga written down? Does that mean anything to you? Was that the,
Domingo,
yeah, Dominga.
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 I don't know why that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Maybe it was called Dominoes. Maybe it was called Dominoes.
No, no, it's a hard Dominga that I've
I'm
written down.
sure someone will tell us in the comments. I must have had my head down, but basically,
Yeah.
I thought the name of the elimination should have been called Momentum because that's exactly how you win this
Right.
damn thing. It's not about like Rogan tried to do one rush up, lean into
Oh,
it, and then fall back on your head. No.
right. Dominga is the name of their nightclub. They're like made up.
Oh,
I'm sorry. We skipped all over
that's
Dominga.
great. That's
That's where
great.
they, I'm like, Dominga, yuck. So I thought it was might be a person. I was like, I don't want to call it some person. I don't even know who I'm talking about. But Dominga's their
That's
like
the
ice
nightclub.
castle. Remember when they go to the igloo? That is where they
Right.
are this season.
Dominguez
They're going to
this season's.
Dominga. Sorry.
I am a little the only reason I'm upset Rogan went home though is because he had that connection with Izzy and they were going to be making out in Dominga probably next week and now they're not going to get to. So there you go.
I think, yuck, Izzy, you're better off. I don't like Rogan. I think he's a shitty guy, a stupid guy, not a nice
All right. Well,
guy.
here, let me
Um,
ask you this if you feel a little bit bad for Rogan in this is my last conspiracy, okay? So, did you see how they had the elimination set up?
yeah.
Okay?
And I think I did.
Who was closer to the audience?
Justin was.
Okay. And what do we know the audience usually does?
Yells what to do.
Yells what to do. And Rogan is not coming up with a strategy on his own. So my conspiracy is he couldn't hear shit. Everyone's screaming. So, but Justin could. Justin, you saw Justin, no pun intended here, adjust to what the audience was yelling at him. He started doing the momentum thing where he swayed back and forth and got himself over the humps. And he's a gymnast, so he was literally doing front rolls, flips, whatever you want to call them. Really cool stuff. It was really great what he was doing. However, my point is, anyone that was trying to help Rogan out, I don't think Rogan could hear them because he was a little bit further away. That's my last conspiracy. And I think that it benefited Justin to be closer. And my question for you, Pamela, is how do they decide who's going to be closer and who's going to be further away? Because that does seem like an advantage to me for this particular elimination.
It's it's a very interesting point that you're raising. I
Good.
don't think it's nothing. Right, like
I
I don't
don't think, yeah,
know what
right.
you're
It's
talking about.
not a nothing burger, but
It's not a
is it
nothing
a
burger,
Whopper though? Probably not.
but that's where I'm like, I don't know. The audience, the distance between, I don't know. That'd be one of those things you'd have to like test out in real life. I feel like in especially this type of elimination, I feel like did they not have helmets on?
They had to have
That's
helmets
what I'm
behind
like.
that. They
They
were
have to
banging
have
their heads
helmets
so
on.
hard. Yeah, they had
They're
helmets on.
still 50 feet away. I feel like you're not really hearing what people, maybe if they're screaming over and over again and
I
you're
think that
looking at
Justin did. I think Justin again changed
Justin.
his strategy.
I agree, but then the better competitors. Well, I mean, we all when I don't like people, I don't care. So I'm like, I don't know, I don't like Rogan,
Right,
so
you're
I'm
like good, good. I'm glad Justin was
so,
closer. Yeah,
oh yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I still, even having said that, if it was a really smart competitor, not Rogan, they would have watched to see what the other person's doing. I mean, we
okay,
see that all the time in
right. But
eliminations where
like, and here's my thing too is
someone
I
figures it out.
I knew right away if you like you can try for go ahead, try one time and see if you can run fast enough to get it to roll over. But if you can't get yourself over that first hump, my mind would have immediately gone to okay, I've got to rock this puppy.
Yeah.
It's like when you're sitting on a swing. If you're dead still on a swing, you can't go as
Can't
fast as you
go
can to get it.
forward.
You got to
Right.
slowly moment. I mean, anyways,
Yes.
and plus, I don't know. It's basic physics. I'm not a great science guy over here, but to me, it's a basic concept of just things that we do in life that you wouldn't even know are science related. Like swing on a swing as a kid.
Right.
If I we'd all of us would have we'd be like three of us in a row, and we'd all start sitting still. Who can get up the highest, the fastest? It'd be like a race, and you'd all have a race. You couldn't touch the ground. You can't kick off on the ground, and we'd have so like that was I don't know. To me, that
Yes,
was
I'm with you. I just came from spending a great amount of time with 4-year-old to 10-year-olds, and there was a lot of swinging involved. And you learn to pump when you're like, you remember it's called pump it. You get up,
sure. Yeah, you pump your legs. Yeah,
right. And
right,
then
right.
the parents were like, no, pump. Like it's something you teach a 4-year-old. And I was like, uh-huh. So yeah, I feel like because of just sort of human instinct from doing things like swinging, yeah, you would catch on to
Right.
that. But I guess the urge.
So yeah, so I mean, look, and then once Justin got the strategy down, he destroyed it. He did great. I wish Rogan could have figured it out too, so it would be a little bit closer. However, my wife did stick her head up from her computer when we were watching the elimination, and I was yelling at the TV, so she kind of looked up and she saw Justin make it to one side, so she got to watch it. She goes, "Oh man, that was great." I said, Stacy. He has to go back now. And she's like, what? So now she's kind of invested in getting into it. It was cool. Yeah.
I agree with Stacey though. I was like, again, like
Yeah.
I I I guess once you get it or the way they showed it, but I agreed that it's like it was a hard enough thing that like, oof, he did
No,
it.
I liked, but I
Right?
love that they had to go back because it gave the other person, if they could have figured it out, a chance to catch up. I
You're
think that was
right. Right.
the way they set up the elimination as far as going back and forth. I thought was that was great. I don't
No,
know
it
if there's
was
a way to, I don't know if there's a way to set it up so the audience is in front of them or behind them instead of having one have that, what I think is an advantage to be a
sure.
little
Be
bit
in front of
closer.
them or behind them instead of this direction, that direction. I
Exactly.
think.
That's all I'm saying. If they could make it maybe a little more, I'm just saying I do think that there is advantage for someone closer. It's happened in the past. We've seen it happen in the past, and I do think that they said later on, yeah, I couldn't hear anybody where the other person could, because we've seen eliminations like this. However, despite the ups and downs I have with this episode, overall, the season that they showed like this season on the challenge. I wrote down it looks sick because it does look sick. and I'm super excited to watch it. So
Does, and I don't usually watch the previews, but I did watch.
this season on the challenge.
Spoiler alert, yeah. And if
Yeah.
you don't want to hear anything that took place during the previews, plug your ears because did you hear the CT and Turbo fight?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which was
Yes.
essentially right. It's like, it's not my fault you're stupid big fat so now.
Yeah, yeah.
CT,
There were,
like,
and speaking of Turbo, I forgot to mention this. He had a great line during the, I think it was in the elimination time. He's like, oh no, no, it was during nominations. He said, "I'm going to vote for this person," and by the way, I really hope Bananas doesn't win again, so we don't have to hear so much from him because he didn't want to hear Bananas talk. That was funny,
yeah.
and I liked Leroy's comment as well, where he said it is personal. I'm just kidding, because you know
Yes.
what? It's always
No,
they always say it's not nothing personal. I like that
I
Leroy put a
liked
twist
that
on it.
too.
So I actually had like three or four laugh out loud moments watching this too. So yeah.
I'm with you. And Kara's the sharpening the things, but also I think it was Cara when they walked in, she's like, this arena is aggressive. And it was funny. There was a few chuckles, and I like that they're letting us see people's personalities, even though it's just like a little more.
This show was built on personality. So the fact that the last couple seasons, probably 5 to 6 seasons, have kind of taken that away, and it's like all about
Mhm.
serious, we will win the challenge for $1 million. No. Wes and Bananas, who we talked about last episode, they were on a podcast. I don't know if it was recent or not, but Wes was complimenting Bananas on his Challenge 40 run that he had. He said, "Hey, look, halfway through the
Oh,
season, you mixed it up. You went against Tori. You showed like what personalities used to be on the show. You kept it.
mhm.
You were like the guy again because like no one else is showing. Everyone's too damn afraid to do anything, and they just kind of let's make it to the end. Let's make it to the end. No, remember, we were on this show back in the day to entertain people. Now people are on the show to win money. That's the big difference. And I couldn't agree with Wes more when he said that. I said, that's exactly what the show's missing. It's missing the people who aren't afraid to be like, okay, oh, I'm going to make a mess and get people mad at me and I might get sent into an elimination. Everyone's too afraid to do that now and no one does it anymore. They just mind their P's and Q's and it's not the same show as it used to be. And I don't think it'll ever be that show again. But you know what? Same goes for Marvel movies. Will they ever get back to what they were? I'm not sure.
What's a Marvel movie like standard that you want them to get back to?
I
Like
mean,
Iron
all
Man
like the
1?
end games, all like all those where they had it leading up to defeating Thanos and that whole thing. And now since Thanos has been defeated, since then you've had hit or miss basically going back and forth. It's been hit, it's been missed, it's been hit, it's been missed.
Okay.
Fantastic Four just came out last weekend. I've heard mixed reviews. A couple weeks before that, what came out? Oh man, something else came out and I heard it was oh
Superman.
that's Superman, but that's not
Superman.
Marvel, that's DC. But just superhero movies in general, apparently that one did pretty damn well. So I'm
I
like,
like a one character hero super movie. So when it's like 20,000, it got too much. Too
okay,
many
well, yeah, yeah,
too
yeah.
many
But it's
Avengers.
a shared universe now, Pamela. So
I
you know.
know, but it's too much. I can't follow the story. I like Iron Man. Give me Iron Man. Give me the Hulk. Give me, Superman. I know they're not in the same universe, but I like a onesie.
Well, Iron Man and Hulk are not only in the same universe, but they're both Avengers together.
Yeah, yeah.
There you
And
go.
I like
All right.
other Avenger people.
Okay, so that's everything I have written down. Those are all my conspiracies for the night. Please feel free to jump into the comments and either destroy them or say, "Oh, I can kind of see your point, Dan," and we'll go from there. But yeah,
Yeah. I'm in the I can kind of see your point. I don't know how much weight I'm getting it, but I can kind of see it.
I just think if Rogan had an opportunity to at least listen, because he wasn't going to figure this game out on his own. He never even attempted to use momentum. Because he didn't have that idea, and he couldn't. I tell you, I don't think he could hear anybody giving him hints on what to do.
But like that's beyond, okay. Like if you can't figure that out
Agreed, but
quickly.
my rebuttal to that is, did Justin figure it out, or did he hear someone yell to him what to do? And I think he heard someone tell him what to do.
Maybe, but I think at a trial and error, you're gonna realize you need momentum. I feel like it's
Wouldn't it be
impossible.
like, let's do one episode? Call me crazy. One episode there, we pay to put them in a soundproof box, a big box with holes in it so they can all breathe, but a soundproof, well, then the holes they could hear. You know what I mean? They got air. And then let's let the
Okay.
contestants figure it out
Audience
on
is no
themselves.
factor. Well,
Yeah.
listen, Dan. we've had much more extreme versions of this where the audience support was like giving people answers and stuff. So I
Right. This
feel
was
like in terms of this, them saying like use momentum, it's like that's
well,
not really
they bananas, I believe, was like you got to sway back and forth. Like I mean, they was it's
that's
basically that is the code to winning this
right.
elimination. So yeah, if y'all are still listening to us, hashtag Justin adjusted in the comments
Justin
section.
adjusted.
We'll be looking for that.
Me as jeans.
And oh, Naya,
Naya's
Naya,
jeans.
what was it? Naya,
Naya's
where
jeans.
Naya's did Naya's jeans is great.
Naya's jeans.
So
Um,
someone in the comment section told us that they were just told to wear airport attire. My
I
confusion with that is how come then Naya is the only one that wore jeans and
I
everyone else
read
was
that
still in some
because
type of sweats?
jeans are not airport attire. When you wear that, that means athleisure, comfy, like that's something you can move around in. No one wears jeans on the airplane on purpose unless you're like trying to look
Not
good.
any. I used to, but not anymore. I'm wearing shorts
Oh no.
or I usually no matter what I wear shorts because that plane it can go from hot to cold real quick. So I wear like a long sleeve
You
up
gotta bring
top.
that sweatshirt and you
Because
gotta
it
bring the
get it
sweatshirt in and
starts off,
carry
you're like
it.
sweating in there, and then once you get up and they turn that AC on, you're like
Yes.
shivering. So I always wear something long sleeve. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Great plane tips.
Hot
Tips
tips.
and
Hot tips.
tricks from
Yep.
Pam and Dan.
Yep. Travel.
All right, well, join us next week. We're pumped to talk about it. Episode 2 of Vets and New Threats, and we'll catch you then. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We're ready for. I'm ready for this season. I got high hopes for. I don't
Yeah.
like. I'm a little concerned about the changing of the partners, though. I think that is going to affect who I'm rooting for sure. As far as teams go, because if someone I love gets paired with Anissa, how am I gonna root for
Okay.
that? It's gonna be so
So
hard.
what about so let's just do a hypothetical. So Justin won.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get
Justin's
first pick.
partners with who? Naya.
He can either keep Naya or trade her in.
I think he would trade her in.
I think he's too soon. I think he's going to be loyal to her, which would be a mistake. But he doesn't know any better yet. He doesn't know.
He might know.
He probably thinks Naya's good at the
I
challenge.
don't know. Okay, well, we'll
If
see.
Justin, if you watch a few seasons of the challenge, you will see that is proven false very quickly.
I feel like
Um,
he. All right, well, we're gonna have to see, but yeah, because I wouldn't be mad if he picked someone I loved and she got someone we didn't like. I don't know.
hmm.
And then the
But
hangnail, this is my next prediction. So if the next elimination is girls,
it's going to be girls. It has
I
to
don't
be
know. I was gonna
girls.
say then maybe no, but then maybe the hangnail goes to the with the other person's partner, but that doesn't make any sense
No,
either.
I think the hangnail has to be. What they're going to do is like schoolyard choosing, and I think if the hangnail
Oh,
doesn't get, see, you're biting on your nails. You just don't. I think if the hangnail
yeah.
doesn't get chosen, she'll just see you later.
Oh my God, I
How about
think
that?
you're right. I think you're right. And
Maybe. I mean,
that is
who the
a
hell knows?
scary position to be in for the hangnail. Yeah,
They
you're
have, they can't really do it. All they can do, like TJ said, hope we have a good political game. Hope you make some friends in this house. Meaning, find some vet dudes that want to have you around. I don't think you're gonna find that many that
no,
want
that's a
to.
bummer. It's a bummer because you're also in the losing team. So obviously you didn't perform well, in addition to poor this girl not knowing people.
And you didn't even get to prove yourself in the elimination. You just had to rely on Rogan not messing up. And of course he did. So now you're just like, okay, I didn't even get to try to stop this from happening.
Shitty, especially for the first person, if that's the way it goes down.
Yeah.
Unless you're a vet with a rep, like if Justin was in and Carr was the hangnail, hopefully someone would pick her. That would be a smart move, I would think.
Right.
Right.
But
But
then,
when
but
it's like,
then the
I don't
girls
know,
could be like, hey, I'll work with you, but let's get rid of Carr. She's my
right.
competition. But then like everyone's competition, guy or girl, it doesn't really matter. Everyone's gonna looks like it's not like it's gonna be a guy elimination, girl elimination, unless at the end they tell us. Because have we been told how much money they're getting for this or anything? I don't remember that.
Oh,
I don't remember hearing that.
and
Maybe I
usually
missed
that's
something. I must have missed something. I don't remember them saying anything about money either.
no, I don't either. And usually that's like it's like your chance to win one quarter.
I don't remember any
Yeah,
of that. Did my DVR on my Hulu somehow start it right at the challenge and I missed an opening or something? But I don't
I
think I
watched it
did.
on
I just
something
pressed
else.
play. I just
Yeah,
pressed play.
I don't know. I don't know. That's
All right.
we're gonna have to dive into that. Let us know in the comments if you know.
Let
Uh,
us know if we missed 20 minutes of the episode.
well, I don't think we both did. I
So
mean,
you didn't see anything. When
no,
you
it's
pressed
funny.
play, you were at the Daily Challenge, right?
Yes.
then whatever.
I mean, I
Having a
think there
boat
was
was
like
just
a
ridiculous.
previously, and it was like, oh, we won the mountain, but I might be making that up too. I don't know. I just
I,
take the
I just
info.
remember I pressed it and they were just in front of TJ. Anyways, all right. I'm out of here. Pam's out of here. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Throw those comments in. We'll reply to the ones that are awesome. How about that? All right. Bye.
Bye.